Hi, this is Crypto's Noob. Welcome to episode 5 of my post-game analysis and commentary on a Gods Unchained match. Um, this one actually will cover 2 matches because it was the same deck against the same player. In this case, it is my Flip Deception deck versus Gaunter, playing a light deck as usual. This Flip deck is one of the first ones I made, and I feel like it used to be pretty good, but things have changed quite a bit, and so I needed to make some updates to it, which I've done, and now I want to test it out in some multiplayer. And I get a pretty good draw to start with. Portable Fortress on turn 1, hard to argue with that. Keep any attacks away for a while I can pull some creatures out and flip them. This is also an Atlantean themed deck, so you'll see a lot of Atlantean creatures, such as this guy. And he will be a great flip next turn. I can make him into a 7/1 and smack Gaunter. Turn 4 here, Gaunter still hasn't played anything, which is strange. I don't know if he's holding back so that he can play the light spell, or if he really just doesn't have anything he can play, in which case he might need to work on his deck a bit. So there we go. I used my God Power flip on the Dwarf Atlantean, make him a 7/1, hit Gaunter for 7 damage. Then he brings in this Wicked Fae, kills my Atlantean. Front line does not protect against those sort of things. However, I have another one in my hand if I want to bring it out. Also got this hidden Shade Walker, who gains attack at the end of every turn. So if I can bring that out, I can and keep it hidden for a while, I could build up into a nice attack. Do decide to summon it. Wait a turn before doing anything else. I've also have a Smoke Bomb in my hand, which casts hidden on one of my creatures whenever it attacks. It's kind of a cool effect. Gaunter has 2/1/3s. Starts picking at my wall a little bit. Does 2 damage to it there. Does darts. And buffs up the health of his creatures. But much like the previous game I played against him by Red Swarm deck, he doesn't seem to have much in the way of front line. So I can just ignore his creatures, really. Cast a burn on one of them. Use my Real Man card, mainly just for fun, not because my wall is actually in any danger. But just give it a turn where he isn't able to attack me. And also be another turn for my Shadewalker to buff up. Go ahead and flip my imp, which is probably a mistake. Now it's vulnerable to being targeted damage. But this is anything like that. Instead, he brings out his healing. He does 1/1 front line, buffs everybody up. So I do now have a frontline creature to deal with. pull out my Sonic Juggernaut into my hand. Because I really want to remove frontline from somebody. Don't really need to do that. Instead, I flip the imp again, take out his frontline, use my walker to hit him for 5 damage. And summon a smoke bomb. Just for fun. Never actually used this card before, so to see how it works. So again, gives health to all those creatures. Doesn't have a lot of it in the way of attack. He has a full board. It's 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 attack points. Uses a ball on my wall, which is nearly dead. And I bust up those creatures more, gets them protected so they can survive another turn. Bernie's through protection on that one character. But much like my previous game against Gaunter, it really doesn't matter. I'm not interested in attacking his creatures, I want to attack him. None of these creatures have any recurring powers that I'm worried about, and none of them are frontline, and none of them have more than 2 attack. So as long as I keep my power creatures hitting him, I can out-damage him. Flip again, get him down to 14. Attack with my smoke bomb. Hides the imp. Something seems to have happened with the graphics here. The hidden graphics aren't really showing. Decide to pull out frontline creature of my own. In the turn, burns kick in. Gaunter's at 11. He can kill my wall. And my frontline guy. But not much else. He has 7 mana. Hasn't used any yet so far. Oh, here comes that annoying deadly shard. So, have to find a way around it here. And he decides to go ahead and work over my front line, open things up for next turn. But hopefully I will be able to do 11 damage to him this turn. And yes, again, I have it right there. Just need to sacrifice smoke bomb on the shard. And then my amp walker can move in for the kill. So that was a pretty quick game. I don't really feel like Gaunter's deck put up much of a fight there. I consider switching and decided to queue again with the same deck because I wanted to see if it kind of played the same way or if it ended up being a fluke. I ended up being matched up against Gaunter again. Looks like he had the same deck as well, so we have a rematch. Perfect time to get a better feel for how my deck plays. My initial draw, I don't have anything to cast on the first turn, which worries me a bit, but I do like the cards that I drew, so I decided to take a chance and keep them. He plays a Cudgel on the first turn. I get a perfect first turn draw, so switch Duelist. This is a very nice card. It automatically flips itself between players' turns, so that you can do damage with it on your turn, and it can defend itself on your opponent's turn. Of course, that only lasts for so long, but there's some tricks we can do with that. Help keep the Duelist around a little bit longer. Hits it with the cudgel. I draw Assassin's Aim. Let somebody hide for a turn. Decide to go ahead and attack, and then hide my duelist and draw a card. She is a 6-mana Atlantean creature. I've been playing that for a while. But now my duelist lasts another turn because it can't be targeted. And then next turn I can also flip it. Gaunter summons something with some potential actual punch, a Rolling Watcher. But here I have the opportunity. If I attacked it now with the 3/1, I would lose. I can flip and attack and win and survive. And bring out a protector for a front line to keep his cudgel from taking out my duelist. Oh, well, anyway, my duelist flipped back itself, so it has 3 health. So that's safe for now. So there's a nice little trick you can use with the duelist as far as taking advantage of its flipping on your turn to keep it alive. Came out as a 5/1. It's still a 2/2 despite being attacked 2 out of 3 turns. Oh, this is a really powerful card. Gaunter just played. It's not so great with just one creature on the deck, but the Blind Martyr with a full load of critters is an ugly sight to see. I played somebody not long ago and they ended up having 2 Blind Martyrs on at the same time. And a Blind Martyr gives +2/+2 to everyone after it dies. So here I flipped my protector so I could take out the martyr. That buffed up his archer. Then use a bag of tricks. I want to keep the fan. Yeah, that's a great one. Both of them. So I can pull out my slip blade, which has blitz and deadly. And take out his archer, which I just buffed up by killing his martyr. So that's a nice little combo there. I was able to pull the weapon out and get a deadly attack on his a strong creature. As we've seen from the light decks before, they don't have a lot of attack, so taking that guy out was probably a pretty important blow in the game overall. In the meantime, Gaunter's summoned a Protected and a Pixie. I think that's the card that lets him draw other cards when creatures get healed. I'm not sure I'll recognize everything by the art yet. I flip my Duelist, make an attack. Duelist will flip back at the end of my turn. It'll be a 2/4. Made a little timing mistake. I should have put the fan out first, probably, so that it could have gotten the bonus from the power. So my power should be a 2/3. But I think it'll be okay. He's not going to be able to kill anybody this turn with what I see on the board. I have my weapon in hand. Oh, well there, I managed to kill the fan. See, if he had been buffed with his +2, I would have at least killed the Pixie in return. And now I've drawn another Switch Duelist. which I imagine will make Gaunter groan as soon as he sees it. I also have Shade Walker in my hand. Decide to go ahead and take my hits on him while I can. Do 6 damage, bring him down to 17. This Dark Knives I've been holding on to for most of the game. That'll be my nice in the whole play. Go ahead and throw out the Walker and the other Switch Duelist. And again, Gaunter is staring down the barrel of quite a bit of attack coming against him on his turn. He doesn't seem to have much way to remove creatures from the board. He can buff the health up of his creatures a lot, but not much front line to force me to attack them. Yep, there goes the health buff. It's all wasted. I'm not going to attack those guys. So I guess it can helps him attack into me. So I can take out my imp, for example. Or even my first duelist if he wanted, I think. So instead to go for the imp. My guys flip back. I've got. So it's time to play the Dark Knives. Yeah, I could probably win actually if I play the Dark Knives. Only has 17 life. I do. Make an attack. I think I forget that he got Twin Strike, so I could have attacked again. Instead, I attacked with both my duelists. Suddenly realized Gaunter only has 1 life left. Get him with the weapon. Game over. So both those games went pretty easy. My flip deck seemed to have no problem fighting his light deck. Again, I feel like I need to probably play a few more matches, try out some other decks against it to get a better feel for how it plays out overall. But I think it looked good. Being able to use the hidden on the creatures is quite powerful. Kind of learned a few lessons from playing against Carnival the other day with his hidden deck. The hidden on the front line wall is a neat trick and can be very useful. And then just all the fun stuff with like switching the health and attack around. It's just kind of a fun deck to play. Anyway, thanks for listening. Talk to you next time.